YouTube, what's going on? This is your boy Rob, aka DJ Ville, back with another video. And this is the Tag for Life video that's been going around. I've been tagged by a fellow YouTuber, Greggy Boy from the UK. I want to give him a big shout out and thank you for tagging me. If you watch my channel with any regularity, you know I like to do things a little bit different. So I kind of put myself in the mindset of, yes, it's 4 fragrances for life, but I wanted to like add something to it. So I matched up 4 flicks because I'm really into flicks more than I am into fragrance, and I wanted to put 4 flicks with these 4 fragrances, and that's how I'm going to do the video. So stay tuned to see how that turns out.
1, 2, 3, 4, hit it!
Okay, so my first fragrance is from the house of Donna Karan. This is DK Men Unleaded. All right, so if you don't know anything about this fragrance, I'm gonna say this fragrance dropped in about like 94, 95. There were, I think, 3 fragrances from the house at that time. There was DK Men Fuel, and then DK Men Unleaded. And this is the DK Men Unleaded. I think the bottle was supposed to represent the shape of a like exotic car gear shift. I don't know which car, but I read that someplace. So the fragrance, as far as it smells, just imagine the cardamom of La Nuit de l'Homme from YSL, and imagine the sage from Valor from the house of Robert Graham. You take those 2 notes, put them together, and then add like a light tobacco note, and that's what this fragrance is. I love it. When I got this fragrance, it was love at first sniff. I can't see myself not having it in the collection. The only bad thing about the fragrance is that it only lasts about 4 or 5 hours. Outside of that, it checks all the boxes. I really, really like this one. So the flick that I'm going to pair with this fragrance is a flick that I really enjoy and never made it to Blu-ray. It's only on DVD, and I want to say it came out in 1984. The movie is called The Hitcher. All right, The Hitcher is like the suspense thriller that's got Rutger Hauer and C. Thomas Howell in it. And it's basically the story of C. Thomas Howell taking a car and driving it from point A to point B. I think he's leaving from Chicago, traveling to California. He's taking a vehicle across country, and on the way he picks up this random hitchhiker who is Rutger Hauer, and the story takes off from there. And it's just like non-stop. It just never lets up. And I really love this flick. And the funny thing is, the critics panned this movie as one of the worst releases the year it came out. I want to say it was Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert. They did that. So I'll always have this in the collection, and I'll always have this fragrance in the collection, Donna Karan, or DK Men Unleaded. Next fragrance is from the house of Aramis, and this is New West. All right. I think New West dropped in about 88 or 89. This is one of the original aquatic fragrances, and this isn't like your typical dumb reach, easy to wear aquatic of today. This has really got legs, and today this would not be a designer release. This would be a niche release, and I don't like to do that, but you know, a lot of designer houses, they don't really take risks the way they used to. So this was a risky fragrance in my opinion, and it's one that I can only see being released today in the niche world. Too many notes to list, but what I'll tell you about the fragrance is I think they were trying to capture the essence of like imagine like a major metropolitan area, and it's hot in the summertime, and you get this like flash rain for like about 10-15 minutes, heavy. Then it stops, then the clouds split, the sun comes back out, and it's really hot, and you've got all this water in the atmosphere, plus you've got the water on the blacktop, water on the concrete, and it creates this unique smell. I can't really put it into words, but I really feel like this fragrance is trying to capture that. This fragrance has got a thickness to it. I used to wear it all the time. I actually think I went through about 3 bottles before I picked up another bottle about a year or so back. But it's a fragrance I can't see myself not having in the collection. So New West from the house of Aramis. And the flick I paired with this is none other than Forrest Gump. This is just really one of my favorite, like, easy to watch flicks. It's kind of unique, even though it's kind of like in that narrative style. They kind of walk you from his life as a kid to being an adult, and then he hits all of these really unique historical events all throughout the movie, and it's one that I just really thoroughly enjoy every time I watch it. I always get the same amount of enjoyment out of it, and I really think that's like the, you know, characteristics of something that you're going to want to keep all the time. So Forrest Gump, the flick, fragrance, New West from the house of Aramis. All right, so I'm picking 4. I definitely had to pick a everyday Dumb Reach fragrance. The fragrance I chose is from the house of Hermes. It's Terre de Hermes Eau Très Fraîche. This is just a really easy to wear citrus with a woody base type fragrance. It's kind of got this really different notebook paper accord that runs through it. But I thoroughly enjoy this fragrance. I wear it all the time. Doesn't have to be, just warm weather. I wear this in the wintertime also. So it's one that I like a lot. And this is my Dumb Reach. So the flick I paired with this is a comedy. If you know me, you know that I like comedies, but I'm not like the biggest comedy person. I'm more of a drama. But, I'm partial to comedies of like Eddie Murphy, partial to Friday, I like Ted a lot. But this is just one that I watch a lot. I watch it when I'm going to sleep. I'm doing stuff around the house, cleaning up or something like that. I'll pop it in, just like hear it in the background. It's just one that I really thoroughly love. And it is Tommy Boy. Tommy Boy, I just love this flick. There's so many parts that I know by heart, and I've seen it 100 times or more, literally. So I can't see myself not having this in the collection. I'm going to eventually pick this up on Blu-ray, so I have that. It's just one of the best for me that I just get a lot of enjoyment out of. So you got Tommy Boy, and you got Terre de Hermes Eau Très Fraîche. Last up is a fragrance I just recently picked up, which is surprising that a new acquisition would make it to your 4 for life, but this one has. This one is actually pretty well done. I think it's pretty well done for it to be a sweet fragrance. It's kind of like a gourmand, but it doesn't have the typical heaviness of a gourmand. It's actually kind of got this lightness to it, and it makes it very, very wearable. And I feel like it's a Swiss Army knife type gourmand. I wouldn't wear this to the office, but I mean, outside of that, I think it's really, really well done, and it's very versatile. Okay, so this is Mandorlo di Sicilia from the house of Acqua di Palma. All right, so I've had this about maybe like 4 or 5 months now, maybe 6. But I mean, I really, really enjoy this fragrance. It's got this cherry, almondy type, vibe to it, and it's light, it's airy, it just works. And this is one that I'm gonna always have in the collection, and it would be one I would pick for my 4 for life. So that's the last fragrance. The flick I'm gonna pair with this is one that I think is one of the best sci-fi flicks of all times. I think some folks might argue, they may say 2001: A Space Odyssey, or they may say, Blade Runner, they may say Matrix, they may say T2, but I really like this one, and I think this is one of the best of all time, and I really think it's a masterpiece, and that is Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey. If you've never checked this one out, you got to check it out. You got to get it on Blu-ray. We'll get it on 4K. Incredible flick. I think it's just great from start to finish, and I'll always have this in the collection. It's like my top sci-fi flick for the moment, and I think it's going to always be in my top 5. So this is one of my top 4 for life flicks that I would grab along with the fragrance. Fragrance Mandorlo di Sicilia from Acqua di Palma. That's my 4. I thank you guys so much for checking out my video. I'm going to tag Chad, Shaving on the Dark Side. I hope that you would bust the camera out, knock out a video, and let me see what your 4 for life would be. For everybody that subscribes to the channel, I thank you so much. For anybody watching this video, I wish that you would subscribe to the channel, but nonetheless, I thank you for checking out the video. To everyone, stay blessed, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.